everyone, this is a Greyshot117
and Greyshot151. Who knows how to press the start recording button?
That's still debatable. Fun fact, there's 2 buttons, streaming and recording for OBS. Guess who hit recording today? Guess who hit streaming for a review?
Of Jumanji. Look, things happen.
So we've been kind of holding this off because the internet went on fire.
Well, there was a great chasm that split. On one side, there was Rey and the light side. The other side was the dark side. And in the middle was the Last Jedi, apparently.
Yeah.
And both sides were nailing it. So, how is this movie?
Remember, The Force Awakens is one of our favorite films of that year.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. In my opinion, The Last Jedi is a great movie. And I will defend that marker. Overall, I really enjoyed the main cast. People may have an issue with Luke, and yes, there is a couple faults where I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, there's like a split second. But that being said, everyone has self-doubt over moments, so not everyone is perfect. The fact that you can think your hero is perfect, I completely understand the fact, like, if you want to still believe that, that's great. But the Star Wars universe, the ones I've seen through the expanded universe and everything, is very gray. So no character is perfect, and in my opinion, while I think they could have maybe handled Luke's character maybe a little bit more refined, Mark Hamill gives an amazing performance. So does, again, every other actor in this.
So does Carrie Fisher does a good performance as well. I would say that the hallmarks are Rey, Luke, and Kylo.
Yeah.
In regards to the best performances of the bunch. And then second tier, I would say it'd be Poe and Leia.
Yeah.
And then it's not that the performances are bad, but Finn just...
What do we have for him to do, guys? Go on a side plot.
Which honestly kind of, again, without going into
Like
spoilers...
I said, this side plot could have been reworked.
I honestly would have liked it better if the whole point would have been just infiltrating. Like, that would have put up the stakes that they could see every moment the ship was getting closer. If they were... if they would have done this. I'm not saying they do, but if they would have gone onto the ship and infiltrated, I think it would have been a lot better.
Without spoilers, this is what I'm saying. They have a side plot where Finn and Rose go off and do something while Poe handles it. If this all could have been explained if a certain general character just explained what the heck she was doing and or switched it with someone else, we'll get to in spoilers, and that would have literally erased 20 minutes worth of side plot. You could have focused more on Rey and the whole her training aspect, which I loved in this film. Her going through and trying to be taught by Mark Hamill's character, of course.
Luke Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker. I'm sorry, I blanked on the name after I said it because I was going to say the Joker. I'm like, that's not right. But anyway, it's just great, and that whole dynamic's also good. And also, I'd like to see more training with Kylo Ren and Snoke, which that would have been helpful. But no, we get
There's
this.
not as much
we get this
Snoke
side
as
plot.
you might like in this movie.
Yeah, and that being said,
some say half the amount.
Yeah, but it's like, as much as and people are going to complain about this, as much as people complain, oh, I wanted more, and it's like, that's fine. I'm going to give it, like, again, if we're talking, this is the middle, then let's wait to the end, because it's not like the middle of the prequel, not prequel, sorry, the middle of the original trilogy. I keep thinking prequel because it's the first one, but no, original trilogy. You learn that, was it Anakin
Skywalker is Darth Vader. Han is frozen.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stakes going into 3. The thing I can say about this movie is, other than one central conflict against 2 characters, I can't see I don't see that conflict going forward. Everyone in the original series had something to go forward, had a plot. Leia had to free Han. Luke had to defeat her father. The rebels had to defeat the Empire. This one though, it's very much just good versus bad. And
the side plot tries to open that up with more gray, but still, it's like it could have been done better.
Yeah, like there's whole notes in regards to the lore, where it's like the Grey Jedi or like the Grey, or like basically the Force users that are in the middle. Yeah. Even like Star Wars Rebels makes note of this with like the Bendu, a creature that exists in the middle. It's not evil, it's not good, it just exists. And I think that's what this movie lacked. This movie, I would describe as, it has some grandstand moments. There are some wonderfully executed moments. The imagery, the visuals are stellar, some might say, out of this galaxy.
Oh, yes.
But The major problem with this film is for all these fantastic moments, some of the best moments in Star Wars, I would say.
Yeah.
You get moments that are just like not as bad as the prequels, but
stupid.
It's close, and it kind of reminds you like, okay, this is kind of pointless. I'm not captivated. Like I guarantee after this, people make note of the Force Awakens.
Yeah.
But I think the moment this movie releases, there's going to be people that just edit the hell out of this movie and just get rid of the parts they like. And that's the thing that I can say about this movie is you could get rid of those parts and not miss anything. Like you could cut from.
It's like actually, you know what? There's a good movie reference. It's like Spectre, because Spectre was a great James Bond film that turned into an okay James Bond film because it just was so bloated. Mm-hmm. The scene in which literally Christopher Waltz is just at the table, just there, looking at notes. He's just reading notes.
Yep.
And he's just going through. He's just reading more notes. It's like, I get it. You're trying to make him intimidating. Cut. It's just like, in this film, it's cut the side plot, make Finn and Poe have a more interesting character story that doesn't involve this stupid convoluted side plot, and then on the flip side, give Rey and Luke more time, and also give Kylo and Snoke more time, and that's how you fix the film. Yeah. That being said, so let's go into our final score.
Yeah.
What would you give it?
Honestly, and this is gonna sound really bad.
Yes.
I'm probably going to give it probably a 6.5.
If you go with the halves, I will punch you.
It has to be. It's my running joke. Come on. Okay. I'd probably give it a 7. And here's why.
Yes.
I give it a 7 because the strength of this movie is a movie I wouldn't mind watching again. But The Force Awakens, I believe I gave that like a 9.
Yeah.
That movie is.
We called it a great film. We didn't. I don't think we had a ranking system back then.
It's so. It basically flows so well. You're so invested in the characters. You love the characters. The comedy works so much better in that movie that watching that movie, I could watch that movie again and again and again. I'd be entertained. The problem with this movie is, unlike The Empire Strikes Back, I'm not captivated with every moment that goes on screen. There are parts I didn't like, but there are parts I loved so much. So it leaves a movie that very much feels mismatched in a lot of places, and therefore it drags and lowers my overall score because it has some of the best moments, it also has some of the worst in the new trilogy in regards to that. So that's why I have to give this a 7.
I also, again, would probably give it around a 7. That being said, I love how everything that people thought it was going to be bad for, like porgs. Mm-hmm. Porgs are fine. They're great.
I actually like the porgs.
They were great. You know what sucks? And we're going into spoilers. Captain Phasma literally having like 2 minutes of screen time.
And then dying.
Snoke having 2 minutes of screen time,
then dying. It's, who else? Leia, 2 minutes of screen time.
Dying.
And then coming back.
In a Superman style. But,
also, they kill Admiral Akbar for no fucking reason.
Again,
way to raise the stakes.
Which, again, if you switch out Admiral Akbar with that new general, it's like, oh.
Who gives a shit about her?
I don't care who you are. Put in Admiral Akbar that gives more stakes for it. And
gives more weight.
Literally, he can go out on a fucking bang. It's like, you can literally have Huck be like, it's a trap, and like, and then, again, you have Admiral Akbar.
But it's one I'm going to see through to the end.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be like, you could make him so awesome. Why do you suck so much?
And it's like, I like how they have alien characters, but they don't have alien characters. The fun fact about Chewbacca was, at least in the last film, he had a little bit more standing. Because, again, he was mad over Han and stuff like that. There was a little bit more with him.
There are no aliens.
Where's the alien character? Like, I love how Star Wars are like, yeah, we have this huge, diverse galaxy. Human. I don't care if it's a female Jedi and stuff like that. That's great, and I like Rey. But I'm just saying, out of the whole motley crew that the mutiny occurs with, there's one alien out of the bunch that at least I could see.
Not only that, but
if you're so much better than the New Order, have literally Admiral Akbar go out with a bang and show that he can do it instead of these. I know that it's like, oh, but that requires special effects. How many aliens?
You're Star Wars.
You're
Star Wars
by
Disney. You
just
have all the
open
money.
your book, look at your encyclopedia of aliens, be like, well, we could add this one.
Like, that's the other thing. It didn't feel like a true Star Wars because it just felt kind of removed. Also, there's a moment where they send out a beacon of hope.
Yeah.
You're telling me no one, not a single person, comes to help them. This movie feels like it was made by someone who knew Star Wars but wanted to make
a darker, like really
also, but also didn't know Star Wars. Kind of like how Zach Snyder said, "Oh yeah, I know Batman," and then has Batman murder
That actually,
someone.
oh my god, that is a lot of similarity to Batman vs Superman. And maybe that's why this movie's getting such a negative reception, because it handles stuff like Batman vs Superman, where you have characters acting different than how their different interpretations are.
I couldn't care for Finn.
Yeah.
Finn, Rose, I really couldn't care for them. Poe was cool.
Some of the plotting could be better. It has some great moments, but has some freaking
Finn was
terrible.
such a great character.
This
in the
film is
first
not as
one.
bad as Batman vs Superman. That is a train wreck of a film. This film is a good film, and I will stand by that. Anyone who says it's a piece of crap, it's like go watch 50 Shades Darker or goddamn any of those really really bad films. Emoji Movie,
Alien Covenant, Split,
Baywatch, any of that stuff that's come out this year, because oh my god, that's trash. A lot of those films are trash. I might have said like they're okay and stuff like that, but that's like 4 at the highest. Like Alien Covenant, I'm looking back like I should probably rated that a lot lower, but it's just like,
oh really?
Okay, again, visually it's a good looking film.
What did you give it?
I think we gave it a 3 or 4, something like that, but maybe we should have given it a 2. I remember it was a bad rating. It was a bad rating. Never mind.
I gave it like a 2 or 3.
But anyway, what I'm trying to say, The Mummy, like, it's like, go watch any of those
Maybe
movies
gave that a
if you
4.
want a truly terrible movie that has no redeeming characters, bad plotting,
Just realize
and just
you
no
made
fun.
note of like we don't have enough movies for a horrible or like.
Okay, maybe we do, but
Also, the one thing I will say about this movie is I really like Force Awakens. I could not wait for this movie.
yeah.
Going into the third, the only thing I'm really excited for is J.J. Abrams is back, and I know J. Abrams can make a damn good movie.
But
I've never been really disappointed with a J. Abrams movie
Yeah.
because like Star Trek has been fantastic. Star Trek Into Darkness,
Wait.
Super 8, like most of his movies are rock solid.
Keep talking. I want to double check something.
But
Also, it's not like The Force Awakens. Yes, it had a lot of callback stuff. People hated that, how it was very similar. It was still a very good paced movie with lots of good moments. Maybe not as high as The Last Jedi, but still very good. This movie has better moments, but it's so jarring that unfortunately it's like a stopgap. It's like turbulence on an airplane. It's not a smooth ride.
it's like
You notice the faults a lot more.
It's instead of like a smooth 10 miles an hour, you're going 20 miles an hour, then you drop down to 5, and you keep going back and forth. As an accountant, that's called variability. It's called variability. It's low variance and a high variance. For most things in the accounting world, you want things with low variances. And if you have a high variance system, that's more risk, which means not great. But yeah, that's just my notes.
I'm just double checking something real quick.
Okay.
Oh no, never mind. Okay, I thought a certain director was part of this film. I do know that. Fun fact. Not with this because I don't know where the director came from, but the director of Fallen Kingdom is the same person who did A Monster Calls.
Fallen Kingdom?
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic
Park Fallen Kingdom is being directed. I thought, I was like, wait, is it The Last Jedi? No, it was that.
By the way, okay, this is totally different tangent. Can I just make note of all the films? Stop running away from shit.
Yeah.
Like, just stop it. I understand it's popular now or whatever, but it's not. It's not cool. It's just yeah, exactly. Running away from the smoke cloud is about as I see Wrinkle of Time, the Jurassic Park trailer. Just stop it. It's so cliche. Have them run through it. Have them run against it. Running inside, going through it, and getting pelted with shit.
You know what's cool? Having an unstoppable force meet an immovable object, and that could be your protagonist. Whether if it's
they already have Godzilla. Yeah. They have Godzilla 2 coming out. Come on, they already have that plot.
Or that One Punch Man hopefully comes out this year. Anyway,
an unstoppable force meets a many movable objects.
Yes, but anyway, that's The Last Jedi. Like I said, a lot of this movie is very good, but there are a few nagging points that you can easily bring this down for. That being said, like the Luke Kylo battle was awesome.
Yeah,
like,
there are moments in the movie that make up for it.
For people who are like, "Good, it sucks." Like, I don't know how you're mad at that. That was the best. Like, that was the best thing Luke could have done, and with a really cool idea. But yeah.
I was totally in canon. Like I was not mad with that force power at all. And the force powers techniques were cool, like the force bond, which got people like that was cool as well.
Yeah, because that's happened before. People have been linked across the galaxy.
Darth Maul and the kid,
or what's his brother? Darth Maul. Yes.
Darth Maul and Darth Savage.
Yeah. Yes. Savage Opress.
Savage Opress.
Thank you. Like those two were linked in the Rebels. Like it's happened before. That's why I'm just like that's not crazy. Anyway, that's gonna be it. Oh wait, no, and Dooku. Goddamn Dooku and Huntress was also linked across the galaxy when they did their thing.
That's right.
Literally planets apart. Anyway, so Move on.
case, guys, that's gonna be a review for The Last Jedi. We're
we're hopeful for the third film. Hopefully they can wrap it up well, and they can give Rey and Finn and Poe, maybe not Rose, but Kylo a
if
good
not,
story.
Disney is sweating a little bit. I bet because
You know what's this?
I guarantee they probably were super happy. They were like, oh my god, this new world is going to be like, we can make money off this or whatever, make these characters.
Yeah.
Now they're probably sweating with Han Solo coming out. They're like,
I would be sweating just because the director problems they had. I'm like, oof.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it. And see you next time for when we review
Bright.
Can't wait.
Definitely
See you next
not going
time.
to be a bright spot on our review record.
Before this video ends, I want to once again give a shout out to special Patreon supporters Ace, Sean, Carter, Leo, Tim, and Nick. Thank you guys so much for your awesome support. You guys can support me as well by hitting that like and subscribe button. Otherwise, I'll see you all next time.